Veru Inc. is a biotechnology company that is developing new medicines for breast cancer and COVID-19. One of its most promising candidates is enobosarm, an oral drug that targets the androgen receptor, AR, in breast cancer cells. AR is a protein that binds to male hormones and regulates the growth and survival of breast cancer cells. Enobosarm is designed to activate AR in a way that blocks the effects of estrogen and other hormones that fuel breast cancer growth. Enobosarm is currently being tested in a phase 3 clinical trial called ARTAEUS, which involves patients with AR-positive, estrogen receptor-positive, and HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer who have failed previous treatments with estrogen blockers and CDK4/6 inhibitors. This trial is being conducted in collaboration with Eli Lilly, a leading pharmaceutical company. The goal of the trial is to show that enobosarm can improve the survival and quality of life of these patients, who have limited options and poor prognosis. Veru Inc. hopes to bring enobosarm to the market as a novel and effective therapy for this type of breast cancer, which affects about 40% of all breast cancer patients. Veru Inc. is an oncology biopharmaceutical company that develops novel medicines for prostate and breast cancer. In February 2021, the company announced a public offering of its common stock to raise about $100 million. The public offering involved selling 6,451,613 shares of its common stock at a price of $15.50 per share. Veru also granted the underwriters a 30-day option to buy up to an additional 967,741 shares at the same price. The offering was expected to close on February 22, 2021. But who bought these shares? Veru revealed that it had entered into a common stock purchase agreement with Lincoln Park Capital Fund, a Chicago-based institutional investor. According to this agreement, Lincoln Park agreed to purchase up to $100 million worth of Veru's common stock over a 36-month period. This means that Lincoln Park could buy Veru's shares at any time during the next 3 years, depending on the market conditions and Veru's needs. Veru could also control the timing and amount of any sales to Lincoln Park. Why did Veru make this deal with Lincoln Park? Veru said that it intended to use the net proceeds of the offering for research and development, clinical trial, regulatory, and sales and marketing expenditures, as well as for working capital and other general corporate purposes. Veru has several promising drugs in its pipeline, such as Veru 111 for prostate cancer and enobosarm for breast cancer. Veru hopes that by partnering with Lincoln Park, it can secure a flexible source of funding to advance its clinical programs and commercialize its products. How did the market react to this news? Veru's stock price dropped by more than 7% on May 12, 2023, closing at $1.14 per share. This was far below the offering price of $15.50 per share in February 2021. The stock price also fell below the 52-week low of $0.9337 per share. The analyst's median target for Veru's stock price was $5.50 per share, with a high estimate of $9 and a low estimate of $1 per share. The market seemed to be skeptical about Veru's prospects and its deal with Lincoln Park. What does this mean for Veru and its investors? Veru faces significant challenges and uncertainties in its quest to develop and market novel oncology drugs. The company has not yet generated any revenue from its products and has incurred substantial losses in the past. The company also depends on the success of its clinical trials, which are costly and time-consuming. The deal with Lincoln Park may provide some financial flexibility for Veru, but it also exposes the company to potential dilution and volatility in its stock price. Veru will need to demonstrate positive results from its clinical programs and convince the market of its value proposition in order to attract more investors and customers in the future. Veru Inc. is an oncology biopharmaceutical company that recently raised $100 million in a public offering of its common stock. The company plans to use the money to advance its most important drug candidates, enobosarm and sabizabulin, that could transform the treatment of two life-threatening conditions: metastatic breast cancer and COVID-19 related lung damage. Enobosarm is a selective androgen receptor modulator, SARM, that targets androgen receptors in breast cancer cells. It is designed to stop the growth and spread of tumors that are positive for androgen receptors, AR+, estrogen receptors, ER+, and human epidermal growth factor receptor 2, HER2. These tumors account for about 40% of all breast cancers and have a poor prognosis. Veru is conducting a Phase 3 clinical trial of enobosarm in women with AR+, ER+, HER2 metastatic breast cancer who have failed prior hormonal therapy and chemotherapy. The trial is expected to enroll 240 patients and complete in 2024. Sabizabulin is a novel small molecule that inhibits microtubule dynamics and has anti-inflammatory and antiviral properties. It is being developed for the treatment of severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2, SARS-CoV-2, viral acute respiratory distress syndrome, ARDS, a potentially fatal complication of COVID-19. Sabizabulin may prevent the cytokine storm, reduce lung inflammation and damage, and inhibit viral replication. Veru is conducting a Phase 3 clinical trial of sabizabulin in hospitalized patients with COVID-19 who require supplemental oxygen. The trial is expected to enroll 300 patients and complete in 2024. Veru believes that these two drug candidates have the potential to address unmet medical needs and generate significant revenues if approved by the regulators. The company also has other pipeline products for prostate cancer, urology, and sexual health. Veru's stock price has been volatile lately, ranging from 93 cents to $24.55 in the past 52 weeks. The current price is $1.14 as of May 12, 2021. The analysts have a median target of $5.50 for the next 12 months.